The Matrix Source Creator, unlocking the hidden codes of reality. Welcome back, seekers of truth. If you are here, you are not here by accident. You have been called to this message by the very frequency of your consciousness. You are the Matrix Source Creator, and you are here to remember. If you're new, subscribe to this channel and become part of the journey to unlock the codes of existence. The infinite loop. Are we burying ourselves across the ages? Alright, let's get real for a second. Have you ever thought about all the versions of you that have walked this earth, only to be buried, burned, or lost to time? Every lifetime, every incarnation, your physical body was left behind somewhere. Scattered across centuries, across continents, in unmarked graves, in grand tombs, beneath forests that have since swallowed them whole. Let that sink in for a moment. The sheer vastness of it. If reincarnation is real, then we have left behind remnants of ourselves in countless places, a trail of bones and dust, a silent archive of our past selves. How many lifetimes have you lived? How many bodies have you worn? And more importantly, where are they all now? A cemetery without walls, the silent echoes of our past lives. Imagine walking through an ancient graveyard. The names carved into stone are unfamiliar, the years long past. But what if one of those graves belonged to you? What if you were standing above your own forgotten remains? The thought is unnerving, isn't it? We tend to think of death as final, but what if it's just a transition, a door we step through again and again, without memory of where we've been? What does that say about identity? About you? If every lifetime ends with the body returning to the earth, and the soul moving on, then what is truly you? Your name? Your face? Or something deeper, something that transcends flesh and bone? The endless reincarnation cycle. Are we trapped? Let's take this deeper. What if reincarnation is not a path to enlightenment, but a loop, an endless cycle that we cannot escape? Some traditions teach that reincarnation is about learning and evolving. But what if that's just part of the program? If we are continuously reborn, again and again, lifetime after lifetime, doesn't that mean we've been playing this game for eons? And if we keep coming back, where are we going? What happens to the wisdom, the lessons, the pain, the triumphs of each life? The unsettling reality is this. We may have been here longer than we can even comprehend, dying and reincarnating in an infinite loop. And yet, with every rebirth, we start over, new identity, new body, new amnesia. Why? The forgotten tombs of our soul's journey. History is littered with the remains of civilizations long gone, empires that rose and fell, entire cultures erased by time. But what if you were part of them? What if you once lived in ancient Egypt, walking among the temples of the Nile? What if you once fought in wars, wrote poetry on scrolls, built monuments that still stand today? And yet, with each passing age, the body was left behind. Your remains became part of the earth, forgotten even by yourself. Imagine how many of you are out there, buried beneath the ground, lost to history. What happens to the soul's frequency? Each lifetime, we take on a new name, a new story. But do we carry the same energetic frequency, or even the same name? Or do we shift, evolving and transforming with each experience? If you have lived 1,000 lives, are you still the same being? Or are you a completely different script now, shaped by the echoes of your past selves? Maybe the bigger question isn't whether we keep our frequency name, but whether we even remember who we are at all. The Matrix and the illusion of time. If we keep looping, it means that time is not linear. It means that we are experiencing a simulation, where past, present, and future blend together. And yet, we never seem to retain our memories. Why is that? Maybe that's part of the design. Maybe we are not meant to remember. Because if we did, we might realize the truth, that we are far older than we think. That we have played this game before. That we have been reincarnating into different roles, different bodies, different stories, but always within the same grand illusion. Are we ready to break the cycle? This is where things get really deep. If we've been looping for lifetimes, doesn't it make sense that some of us are finally starting to wake up? Maybe that's why you're here, because something inside you is stirring. Something ancient. A recognition that you have walked this road before. But here's the real question. What happens when we remember? What happens if we refuse to forget this time? If we hold on to the knowing that we have been here before, and we start connecting the dots? Maybe the key to breaking free isn't in chasing enlightenment, but in realizing we've already been enlightened, many, many times before. Maybe the only thing keeping us trapped is the illusion that we are lost. Final thoughts. The hidden graves of our past lives. If you've been feeling a strange pull toward ancient places, unexplained memories, or an unshakable sense of déjà vu, trust that. It could be fragments of your past reaching out, trying to remind you of something important. So next time you pass a graveyard, or walk through a historical site, pause for a moment. Breathe. Listen. Because you might be buried there. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to remember. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Have you ever felt connected to a past life? Have you ever wondered if you are walking among your own forgotten remains? If this resonated with you, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to keep this channel growing. And if you want to support the work I do here, consider donating via PayPal to help me continue bringing this knowledge to light. Until next time, remember, you are Source.